So this is a very short introduction to A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, and actually I want you to look at this PowerPoint on your own because there's some recorded video that I'd like you to look at. So, going back to our film terms, genre, films are broken up in all of literature and other works of art into genres. I would say that A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, I would put it down here as a drama, and more specifically as a coming-of-age movie. It's not a comedy, it's not a romance. It's definitely a drama. It's about little Francie, and I'd like you to click here later on to see this overview of the movie. There's a little introduction to the movie as seen. In thinking about the protagonists and the antagonists of the film, one of our definitions said that an antagonist need not be just a person. An antagonist could be society. I think in this film, definitely the protagonist would be Francie. In terms of the antagonist, she has some trouble, with her parents. But it's more kind of Francie versus society and kind of what's going on around her. So if we look here, we see that the definition that we were working with says the main character or person. The antagonist can be a main character or society, nature, a force. And in this sense, society and the Nolan status as immigrants, that's part of what's going on here, and their economic status kind of make them outsiders. Francie's father is an alcoholic, and her mother is struggling with that, and Francie and her mother have some difficulties. So all of these things come in and create the conflict in the movie, at least concerning Francie. In terms of the director down here, who is Elia Kazan, it's interesting. He does and then doesn't really fit into this idea that you could look at his work and say, that's a Kazan film. Because he was a kind of hands-off director. He wasn't one of these people that controlled every aspect of a film. However, he did enjoy focusing on regular people who were maybe on the margins of society, who were immigrants or poor. And if you click here, I'd like you to watch this little YouTube about him. And there he is there, kind of going off the screen. These are the people in the film. There's Francie there, and here are the actors. So Kazan was attracted to scripts that had social messages, realism. Interestingly, he liked to shoot in black and white, and in fact would sometimes turn down using color instead of using color. And another one of his great films, perhaps his greatest film, is On the Waterfront, and he doesn't use color when he could have. And again, I'd like you to watch this short video. And in his autobiography, Marlon Brando, who worked with Kazan, talked about how he gave his cast freedom, and yet he was still very deeply involved with scenes, with actors, with what was going on, but he trusted his actors. And method acting was a big part of this kind of revolution when looking at the way the actors act. And you can read this here. It was something that was brought to the United States in the early to mid-1900s, and Kazan was a part of it. And basically, method acting has to do with getting totally into your character and becoming that person, transforming yourself as an actor into that person, that character. And it's a little different than stage acting. Movements can be small, inflections of voice can be small. It's something that is used, it's used on the stage, but it's used very effectively in film. So questions that you should consider while watching the film, because they will be on the midterm or some version of them, they're all listed here. So again, I'd like you to go back and to definitely click on these videos, take a look at them. here and here, just to get it set up to see the film and to be able to do the homework. Okay, great. I look forward to watching the film.